The evening began like any other in Diep and James's journey to rebuild their lives. Together with their little girl, Nhi, they were laying the foundation of a new home, a space where laughter might finally drown out the echoes of the past. But fate, in its cruel timing, had something else in store. From the shadows of memory, John, Diep's former lover, returned, fragile and broken, his presence sparking a storm that neither Diep nor James could easily contain. This chapter in their lives would test not just their love, but their trust, patience, and ability to look forward without being swallowed by the past. Building a dream home. The afternoon sun slanted across a quiet street as James's car rolled toward a tile shop. Small stores lined the road, their aged facades whispering of time and struggle. When the car stopped, Diep was the first to step out. Her eyes immediately caught the neat rows of tiles, each one gleaming in the late light. James followed close behind, brushing her hand with his fingers, a subtle reminder of his presence and support. Dark tiles will be easier to clean, Diep remarked, her voice filled with the quiet certainty of a mother thinking about her child. She imagined little Nhi running barefoot across the floor, her tiny feet quickly smudged by dust. This renovation was not just about aesthetics. It was about giving her daughter the safe, beautiful home she deserved. Inside, under soft fluorescent lights, the tiles shone like polished mirrors. Diep's hand lingered on a deep brown tile. She imagined it already laid in their living room, Nhi's laughter bouncing off the walls. But the store clerk shook his head gently. This model would need to be pre-ordered. Her brows knit with frustration. Delays were the last thing she wanted. Yet James, steady as ever, leaned forward. "If it's urgent, we can place a deposit today," he said calmly. Their eyes met, just for a heartbeat too long. In that silence lay unspoken trust, the kind that makes two people feel they are moving in the same direction. When they left the store, the scent of cement still clung to the air. Diep exhaled, a long breath of hope. Each decision, each purchase, was more than furniture or flooring. It was another step toward a foundation of love and stability for their daughter. A house for the future. Their next stop was a furniture shop. Warm light spilled across polished wooden floors. Diep's eyes lit up as she examined wardrobes standing tall and commanding. Each one promised not just storage, but order, safety, and permanence. "Only 2 models?" Diep asked with skepticism. Her fingers brushed a flimsy, light-colored wardrobe. She shook her head. It would never last. The clerk pointed to a sturdier piece. Faux wood, 9 meters tall, nearly 2 meters wide, at a price of $3.5 million. Delivery included. James studied it carefully, not with hesitation, but with the measured calm of a man calculating long-term value. Diep's imagination filled in the gaps, NHI opening the doors, tucking away her dresses, toys, and childhood secrets. "This works," Diep said at last. Her voice was firm, her mind made up. James wasted no time. Payment made, receipt signed, the deal was sealed with the faint scent of polished wood in the air. Walking out together, receipts in hand, Diep felt lighter. These objects weren't just things. They were anchors in a tapestry of love, weaving a promise of stability. The past returns. But harmony rarely lingers unbroken. As twilight fell, their car slowed along the dusty road back toward their old house. A lone figure stood ahead, familiar yet almost unrecognizable. James tightened his grip on the steering wheel. Diep's heart froze. It was John, once confident, now worn and fragile. His clothes hung loosely on his shoulders. His face bore the weight of regret. "Diep." "James." His voice cracked, heavy with exhaustion. "I didn't expect to see you here." James's jaw clenched. His tone was sharp. "What are you doing here?" John shifted, his eyes dropping to the ground. I just got out. My father sold everything to reduce my sentence." "The house is gone. My family, broken. I have nowhere to go." Memories flooded back for Diep. John was not just another man. He had once held her heart before everything fell apart. He asked softly, almost pleading, "If you'd let me, could I stay in the old house? I don't deserve anything, but I have nowhere else." The sunset painted the road with burning hues, but inside James's chest, a different fire raged. He turned toward Diep, his words edged with jealousy. "So, what do you think? Your ex-boyfriend, back again?" "Do you really want him living this close?" Diep's heart twisted. Compassion pulled one way, loyalty another. "If he's really changed," she said gently, "then maybe we should give him a chance." "The old house is empty anyway." James's head snapped toward her. "A chance? After everything? Or is it because it's him?" The words struck her like a blade. Still, she steadied her voice. "This isn't about the past. It's about mercy. About doing the right thing." The silence grew heavy. John bowed his head, hearing every word. Finally, James exhaled, sharp and bitter. "Fine. He can stay. But don't expect me to like it." A storm inside the heart. The road stretched into twilight, but inside James's chest, a storm brewed. He was not only jealous, he was terrified. Terrified that John's presence might awaken feelings in Diep she had buried long ago. And Diep, though she tried to calm herself, could not deny the truth. John's return stirred memories she thought she had locked away forever. At the old house, its paint peeling and shutters crooked, the ghosts of Diep's past seemed to wait. John carried a small bundle, just clothes and a torn notebook. His voice broke. Even this, even just letting me stay here, it means more than you'll ever know. James bristled. You should be grateful to Diep. If it were up to me, you'd be on the street tonight. John accepted the blow silently. His humility only sharpened James's anger. Diep intervened quietly. Enough. He's here now. Let's not make this harder. The breaking point. Later, in the dim living room, John whispered, I ruined everything. I broke us, Diep. I don't expect forgiveness, just a chance to fix what I can, James snapped. Fix what? You think you can just walk back into her life? His voice rose. I see the way he looks at you. The way you look at him. Tears welled in Diep's eyes. It's not like that. He's lost, James. He's asking for help, nothing more, but James's bitterness spilled over. Do you have any idea what it feels like to watch the man who once loved you step back into your life as if he still belongs? Diep's voice, trembling yet firm, cut through the silence. The past is gone. You are the one I chose. The one NHI calls father. Still, the ache in James's chest deepened. He loved her fiercely, but fear gnawed at him. Fear of losing her. Fear of being second in her heart. Testing loyalty. Days passed, but tension lingered. Each time Diep visited the old house to check on John, James's jealousy sharpened. He asked where she had been, how long she stayed, what they had talked about. Finally, one night, he confronted her outright. Why do you keep going back? Is it pity, or something else? Her voice was steady but weary. Because it's the right thing to do. Because he has no one else. Because if we turn our backs, what kind of people are we? You're too kind, James muttered bitterly. Too blind to see he'll use it to wedge himself between us. She placed her hand gently on his arm. Listen to me. My heart belongs to you. Always. But if you let jealousy control you, it will destroy us faster than John ever could. A hard realization. The following weekend, as they shopped for curtains and paint, James caught glimpses of Diep's laughter. Her excitement over Nyi's room, her vision for their future, it all reminded him. This is my family. This is my life. When they returned to the old house, John was there, quietly repairing windows and patching walls. He worked not as a rival, but as a broken man trying to stand again. For the first time, James saw him differently, not as a threat, but as a reminder of how fragile life could be. That night, on the way home, James reached for Diep's hand. His voice was soft. "I'm sorry, for doubting you, for letting jealousy take over." Diep's eyes shimmered. "James, all I ever wanted was a family. Don't let fear take that away." The moonlight bathed the road ahead. Behind them, the old house stood as a relic of the past, a past Diep had long left behind, and a past James was learning to stop fighting. Love, he realized, wasn't about erasing history. It was about choosing the present, again and again. And Diep, with a weary but certain smile, knew that choice had already been made.